Hello, Philippines, and hello, world. Today, as we commemorate Guy de Maupassant's death, join us in our special episode. I am Charmaine Rasonabe, your historian for the day. Let's find out who Guy de Maupassant is, and let's study his famous work. Welcome to the Writers' Hall. Everyone, it is not Guy de Maupassant, but rather pronounced as Guy de Maupassant. Guy de Maupassant was born on August 5, 1850 in Terville-sur-Arx, France. Definitely he's a French author of short stories, novels, and poetry. He was known to be the father of modern short story because he was prolific in writing 300 short stories. His mother led him to develop appreciation for literature, but it was her mother's friend, Flaubert, who opened doors for the budding young artist. In his 20s, de Maupassant contracted syphilis, a sexually transmitted disease which led to his mental impairment. Some critics have charted his developing mental illness through the subject matter of his stories about madness, but it wasn't actually proven. And after a gruesome suicide attempt in 1891, de Maupassant spent the last 18 months of his life in Paris' mental home, and he died 1 month before his 43rd birthday. He died on July 6, 1893. Come and join me as we sit into one of the teacher's class discussion about the story The Necklace. Good day, class. How are you today? Did you eat your breakfast already? Okay, so for today, we'll be discussing a short story entitled The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. So before we move forward, can I ask you, have you bought yourself or have you already received an expensive necklace? What did you feel? Okay, I'm certain that Gail Ann wants to share something. So let's hear it from her. Oh, great! Thank you for sharing your experience. So now I have here illustrations which covers how the story unfolds. So it begins with a young, beautiful woman who dreams of an affluent life, but it contradicts her reality. So later on, as we go along the story, you'll know who she is. And that dream of hers will lead to her downfall. Okay, so what are we waiting for? Let's now get it on. Okay, let's dig deeper about the story we have for today. Entitled The Necklace. So Mathilde Loisel is a beautiful young woman who dreams of fancy things in life. But she was not born into a family of wealth. So Mathilde Loisel dreams of a spacious salons, shining silver, fine dinners, and other ordinary things of the privileged. But again, it contradicts her reality since she was not born into a family of wealth. So in simplest term, she is an ambitious woman. So in despair, she marries a petty government clerk and resented her surroundings as a married woman. So in hope that her life would change, out of her despair, she married a petty government clerk. So what do we mean by petty? So it means important. Thus, his husband plays an important role in the government office. So he is actually responsible of different paperworks. And then the two lived in a humble household together, which evokes a sadness for her unfulfilled desires. So Mathilde still refuses to accept her life the way it is. And constantly she cries in anguish and misery. So with this, what do you think Mathilde Loisel's attitude in affairs? Do you think she's contented with her life? How about you? Can I ask you, are you contented and grateful for all the things you have in your life now? Why and why not? Okay, so let's have Geisha. Yes, thank you so much, Geisha, for sharing your thoughts about that. And now, let's continue the story. So one evening, Mathilde's husband brought home an invitation letter from their officials. And he actually made his effort just to get an invitation letter as a gift for his wife. So it was an invitation to join the ball together with wealthy people. So if I were to ask you, if you received an invitation letter to join a ball or a party, what would you feel? So let's have Danessa to share her thoughts. Thank you so much for that, Danessa. So contradictory to what Danessa had answered, Mathilde is quite upset. Instead of being thrilled by the invitation like her husband thought she would be. So why did she feel upset and not excited? Because she looks at herself pitiful and worried that she has no fancy dress to wear and people there might belittle her. Let's see what happened next. So Mathilde's husband offers to get her a dress for the occasion and she asked for 400 francs. Okay, see? Her husband sacrificed his desire to purchase a gun for hunting just to buy a dress for Mathilde. And then, when she had already a dress, she's now complaining that she has no jewelry to wear. And she's worried about what would other people think of her. And her husband suggested that she can wear a flower, but she refused. So what did she do? She borrowed a diamond necklace to her wealthy friend, Madame Jean Forestier. And then Madame Forestier allowed her to choose. Then the day has finally arrived. She danced the night away until she realized she lost the borrowed diamond necklace. During the party, Madame Loisel felt beautiful and had a wonderful time. Her confidence was evident and she gets what she desires, and that is to be admired by everyone. Until she realized she lost the borrowed diamond necklace when she decided to go home at 3 a.m. She did everything just to search for the borrowed necklace. But sadly, it was nowhere to be found. So they decided to replace the necklace and purchase one of significant worth that cost them 36,000 francs. And Mathilde's husband borrowed money from various money lenders. Having scraped together all the money, they buy a new necklace and gave it back to Madame Forestier. So as they brought Madame Forestier's necklace, their life became miserable than before. So through 10 difficult years or a decade, they managed to pay all debts. So Mathilde herself did work hard also, the same with her husband, trying to cope up in their life. And then she later on lost her beauty. So Mathilde Loisel bumped into Madame Forestier along the way
where she confessed about the replaced necklace, which cost them a life-changing death. So at first, Madame Forrester did not actually notice her, since her face has turned different than before. And Madame Forrester revealed that it was fake and the couple's torment was for nothing. So that's how the story ended. How did you feel about it? Are you shocked about it, or do you feel pity and sorry for Mathilde? What have you learned from this story? Okay, so I want to hear it from Luis. Okay, thank you so much for that, Luis. Now let's move forward to the subject integration. So we can integrate it in values education, as it taught us that we should be grateful for what we have rather than constantly seeking to acquire more. So with this, one must be happy with what they have. To live within one's means is indeed important. Okay, now let's have the writer context. So Guy de Maupassant's country of origin is France. And the same with the characters of the story. De Maupassant, as the author of it, is also French, who lived also in 19th century. So he worked as a government clerk. So what have you noticed? So it is the same with Mathilde Loisel's husband's work, since Guy de Maupassant had worked as a government clerk before. So with our story for today, I hope that you have learned something that you can apply on your real life or in a daily basis. Okay, so that's all for today. And I hope that you had a great day and a great discussion with me today. And I hope to see you all in our next class discussion. Bye, class! And that's it for our episode for today. I hope that you have learned so much. Thank you for watching.